If you make less than $51,000 a year, Trump's big, beautiful tax plan is not going to be beautiful for you. Back on November 5th, 2024, Trump said his plan was going to massively cut taxes for workers. If you make less than $51,000 a year, your after-tax income is going down. But if you're in the top 0.1%, you're getting a raise. A big one. And how does this all get paid for? By gutting healthcare and social programs. Cuts to food assistance, housing help, and heating aid. And millions of people would lose health insurance. And even with all of these tax cuts, the plan will still add $3.3 trillion to the national debt.
Somebody that grew up on government assistance and food stamps, I'm not mad at Trump at all for cutting some of the government benefits that they're giving out. Because, y'all, let's not act as if people aren't abusing this. Let's not act as if we ain't got an epidemic of people who just don't want to go to work because they expect the government to take care of them. I saw two people on TikTok the other day arguing, and it was a man and a woman, and the man wanted to go to work. The woman was mad at him, yelling at him, would not let him go to work because of the fact if they found out about his income, she would lose her government-funded housing and she would lose her benefits. And she would not let the man go to work because she didn't want to lose that. And I think that's an issue in America, bro. Like, there's a lot of people that do that. Y'all, if Trump is opening up more jobs, then you should want to get up and go work and not have to depend on the government. The government assistance is a stepping stone to help you get to a point where you can get back on your feet and do for yourself and take care of yourself. That's what it's about. It's not about, oh, well, just sit back and let people who go out and work take care of me so I can live an easy life because I need to live an easy life for whatever reason, bruh. All of us have to get up and work. White people, black people, Mexicans, everybody got to get up and work. Nobody is owed anything by the government. Nobody is owed anything by America. Nobody deserves no handouts, bro. I don't want no handouts. So, and Trump didn't cut the government benefits out. Like, y'all are making it seem like he just got rid of it. He just made stricter eligibility requirements. So one of them is you got to work at least 80 hours a month, not a week, a month. That is 20 hours a week, 4 hours a day, Monday through Friday. Bro, if you can't do that, and you expect people who go out and work 50, 60, 80 hours a week to use their tax dollars to take care of you, then you the issue, bro. And you are the main ones that Trump is targeting to get off of this and get up off of your ass and go do something for yourself. So I'm not mad at it at all, bro. He opening up more jobs, so y'all not have no issue, and y'all can get up and go get off
Here
y'all
are the
behind.
winners and losers from Trump's big, beautiful bill. 4 winners, 4 losers. Winner, corporations. Permanent tax cuts equal bigger profits. Investors win too. Losers, our kids, adding $3 trillion to the national debt. We're just kicking that tax can down to the next generation. Winner, high earners. SALT deduction cap raised from $10,000 to $40,000. Loser, low-income families. 12 million families expected to lose Medicaid coverage over the next decade. Winner, waiters and bartenders. Tips are now tax-free. Loser, healthcare workers. Medicaid cuts means 5,000 fewer jobs in the field. Winner, fossil fuel companies. Big boost from rolled back regulation. Loser, Tesla. EV tax credits? Gone. That's 4 winners and 4 losers. Are you a supporter of the bill? Let me know.
No matter who you voted for, the big beautiful bill has just passed the Senate, so here's how it'll affect you. Let's see if you fall under any of these categories. If you're a service-based worker like a bartender, waiter, hairstylist who earns tips or works hourly and gets overtime, you can now keep 100% of your earnings without having to pay federal tax on it. This means it'll save you about $1,300 a year or about $100 a month. Nothing too crazy, but better than nothing. Now, if you have kids, the child tax credit went from $2,000 to $2,200. And if you or your parents are retired and get Social Security, you don't have to pay any federal tax on it anymore, which is actually a really great thing. Now, if you're one of the 78 million Americans that are on Medicaid, you're at risk for completely losing your health coverage. This is because $1 trillion is about to be cut, which means you'll have to pay out of pocket for doctor's visits, surgeries, medications, or completely go without them. If you're on food stamps like SNAP, the bill does make it harder for you to qualify. Overall, the cuts to Medicaid and SNAP affect people who make less than $40,000 to $60,000 a year, pregnant women, children, seniors, and people with disabilities. So in conclusion, if you're wondering if this will affect you, basically, if you make less than $50,000 a year, you will actually end up losing money because of tax changes and program cuts. But if you earn more than $155,000 or even millions and billions of dollars, you'll actually see your income grow because of tax breaks and deductions. So, which category did you fall
Guys, now
under?
that the big beautiful bill has officially been passed into law, I can't really stop thinking about what it really means. Hey beautiful people, welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you for stopping by. So all credit goes to the creators in these videos, guys. So on the surface, some changes are already here because some people are looking forward to things like no tax on tips, deduction on overtime, and more help through the child tax credits. But for some older people, there is also some special extra deduction. And all of this starts showing up in the 2025 tax year, so that in that way, the bill feels real right now. But the good part seems to stop there, because as I look at it deeper, I see the other side of it, the part of it that will roll in later. Because in a couple of years, in like 1 or 2 years, Medicaid will come with new work and volunteer requirements, and it will push many vulnerable people out of the system. By 2027, states will also have to cover some cost of SNAP if their programs showed so many errors. Guys, let me know what you think about this in the comment section. And talking about the limits on how states fund Medicaid, because it seems like every safety net is being pulled back little by little. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section, because it's a mix of now and later, because people's reactions are mixed. Because right now, right, somebody that is working in a restaurant might feel grateful, okay, because their tips are tax free, and a family that is raising children might smile because child tax credit is higher. But at the same time, somebody that is living on Medicaid is already worried about 2027, when they will need to prove that they are either working or volunteering just to keep their coverage. Guys, it's so twisted. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let's keep watching this video.
Beautiful bill. 1,000 pages. And did I read it? No. Did your local congressman? No. But let's talk about what I do know, okay? 10 million people could lose health insurance. Listen, I know we all gotta die, but we might as well go bankrupt on the way out, because this is what this bill is going to do. Cut clean energy. Listen, those solar powers you have will no longer give you a tax credit or savings. You know what? Just hug your light bill like it's a heat lamp during the apocalypse. It adds $3 trillion to the national debt, which could cause interest rates to go up. You had dreams of owning a home, didn't you? Baby, you can rent forever. While the richest Americans get a giant tax cut. But guess what? We're going to be the ones paying more. We're going to be the ones losing coverage. And they're still going to be flying fucking private. He talks about fucking raising minimum wage. They're going to do this and then they're going to expect us to pay more. But minimum wage is still going to be $7.25. Did they forget that minimum wage even exists? Because why has it not been changed in so long? So if someone says Trump backs this bill, so it must be good, ask them good for who? Because this bill is not America.
I saw the video of the young lady who said that now that the big beautiful bill has passed, nurses get ready because there's going to be this influx of patients in the hospital. And everybody is like, oh no, sister, you got it wrong. That's not how things are going to work. When she's talking about an influx of patients in the hospital, what I perceive that to be is that preventative care is going to suffer first, because if people don't have insurance, they can't make these appointments to be able to follow up and stay on top of whatever chronic conditions they have, or, be able to just basically get their regular checkups to catch anything earlier. Meaning they're going to begin to use the emergency room as their primary care physician, which a lot of patients already do. And so I can see how in the beginning, it might look like, oh yes, there's an influx of patients. I mean, because there is going to be an influx of patients coming into the emergency room and then being admitted to the hospital and blase, because they don't have insurance to be able to stay on top of whatever pre-existing conditions they already have. And yeah, that's going to overwhelm the system a little bit. But there, for one, will probably be more nurses seeking out those hospital jobs. So we'll have more people applying for those positions. But the biggest issue is, how the hell is the hospital supposed to get paid and reimbursed for all of those ER visits? They're not. So yes, there might be a lot of patients coming into the hospital that people will have to look after. But how long is that going to hold up before that hospital can no longer sustain because they're not being reimbursed for the resources that they're putting out? In COVID, we kind of saw something very similar where people had lost access to their primary healthcare providers prior to us actually getting into the whole telehealth thing. And so a lot of people weren't getting the follow-up care that they needed. And unfortunately, they were too afraid to come into the hospital because they felt like if they came into the hospital, they would get sick from all of the people who were there seeking care for COVID-related symptoms. They allowed for their condition to get so bad that they ended up coming in by ambulance. I'm talking something as simple as someone who suffers from chronic constipation coming in with a bowel obstruction so bad that they now needed emergency surgery. Kind of scary to think that this potentially could be the reality for a lot of people, all because they have lost access to outpatient and preventative care resources. I know that this administration and people who support it are trying to justify the cuts for Medicaid by saying that this is a way to combat fraud within the system. All I can say to that is I'm not here to debate whether or not that's the truth, but in due time, we will see. So enjoy your temporary bag because it doesn't look good for the long term.
So Trump's big beautiful bill passed late last night in the House of Representatives. 2 Republican Congress people voted against it. It did pass by 1. It now goes off to the Senate. I don't know what they're going to do. Democrats do not have any power to stop this. However, this is all your fault to the people who voted for him. The cuts is deep cuts to Medicaid, which is going to harm millions of children, millions of veterans, millions of the elderly people who rely on that for their medication and their medical expenses that they need as they get older. It's going to cut food stamps, which a lot of people, especially the people that I work with, are in need. So a lot of people are going to starve, including children are going to be hurt by this. All to give billionaires who have more than enough than they need, and corporations more than enough money that they need to do whatever they want to, but to give them tax cuts. There isn't any middle class any longer in this country. It's the wealthy and then it's the poor. We are all at that level of basically being poor. This is what the reality is right now in this country. And your racism and your hatred for other people did this because you thought that everybody else is going to feel it and not you. People are losing their land, losing their farms, losing their businesses because of the cuts that he wants to make. Nobody can work. I don't want to hear about the cuts or not the no taxes on tips, because again, these people don't even make minimum wage in the first place, and they should in this country. Miss me with the overtime, knowing that a lot of companies won't even offer it any longer. Again, to save money. This is what your hatred did. Thousands, millions of people are going to be affected. Children included, veterans included, people who fought and put their lives on the line for this country. And y'all are making them suffer because of your hatred. This country is done. This is what he is doing. This is what y'all allowed him to do. It is done. But you know what? This country is going to pay for their original sin. Trickle-down economics, which was Reaganomics back in the 1980s, never worked. Never has. And y'all continue to let them play in your face and hurt you. Vote against your own self-interest. You are not rich, and you're not going to never be. Especially now. Y'all are sick. Y'all are greedy. Y'all are hateful. And y'all did this. And you're going to pay for it. Period.
Guys, for me, I think that we have gone past the stage of people that voted for this, because I mean the deed has been done already, and this bill feels like 2 different stories happening at once. Because on the other hand, it's given people, instant wins through tax breaks and deductions for those that are jubilating about that, and on the other hand, it's setting up a future where healthcare, food support, is a gamble, and all those are going to suffer because the benefit looks like it's visible today, but the true cost of all this will not be clear until a couple of years down the line, guys. So guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. The big beautiful bill, is it giving people sweet relief today? but the real tests will come in the nearest future. And will this bill truly build a better future, or will it leave too many people behind? Because it looks like it's going to be the latter. Anyways, let me know what you think in the comment section. I really want to hear from you. And if you have found value in this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you in my next video. Thank you for supporting me. Ciao.